Here's the dope sheet in Filmatick, and so what you can see is that what happens when you have the dope sheet, if the timeline's open, it'll open in the preview window, so it'll automatically switch for you. So when you go to the dope sheet, it goes into the 3D view, so you can see now I'm in that 3D view. And what you can do also, you can select characters by clicking on anything over here. When you first start the dope sheet, there's probably nothing over here unless you have audio, and you can turn the audio off by just going up here on this little music icon right here. It says hide show audio. So I can turn that on and off. It's just not showing it, so you just don't have to see it. So you can select your characters like this. You can see anything that has a keyframe on it, that if you right clicked on any of these objects and said add key, that it will automatically put it over here. So that's on another video that shows you how to set keyframes. I'm just showing you an overview here. And so you can play. You can play from wherever, wherever the scrubber is, that's this playhead, wherever that is, it'll play from that. The stop will go all the way back to the beginning of the scene. So it's very similar to the timeline. The timeline goes all the way to the beginning of the project. This will go to the beginning of the scene. You can zoom in and out with this. This next key right here is go to the next previous keyframe or next keyframe, which is nice because like whatever keyframe that you're on, if you go this way, and you can see it's going to the next key. So as I'm clicking that, you can see the hotkeys with that too. So it's nice because you can go back and forth between your keys. So I'm like doing it on my hotkeys, and it's the comma and period button. So you can see it's nice. You can flip through these keyframes really fast and see what it's going to look like. So almost to see how your shot's going to look like. Kind of like that. Right here, this is the set key. And so if you do not have auto key on, which is automatically sets your keyframe whenever you move an object, this set key will allow you to, once you move it, then you can hit set key. And it's also S is the hotkey for that. This next one is delete key. And so what you can do is you can also hit the delete button on your keyboard, but this will delete it here. This is the auto key. This is the one that's great. That I use this all the time. It's on by default too. And so whenever you move your character, say that I just move this character in this scene just like that, automatically sets a keyframe, and that is awesome. It's undoable as well. So that is basically the dope sheet. The only other thing is what are these little things right here? These little keys. These are keys, and so we can see where they are. But now they have different colors on them too. So some of them might be, let's see right here. And I don't have any in yellow here, but if you start to zoom out, you can see that they change colors just a little bit. So like these two right here, it just means that you've got two keyframes, see how they're right here, that are really close to each other. And so it's going to kind of be like a little bit translucent. And if I zoom out, I'm just going to zoom out, watch, they'll actually turn. You can see some of them are starting to turn yellow. And that just means that the keyframes are almost right on the exact same place. And so in some keys that you might have, like if I zoom in, see now when I'm zooming in, it's like, oh, okay, actually they're not in the exact same place. But let's just say that I have this key and it's on the frame right next to it. It's like, okay, well, that's the very next frame, which is 1/24th of a second. You don't necessarily want that. So, well, you might, but this is just going to tell you that, hey, I've got two keyframes that are in the exact same place. And so let's make sure that we move those. All right. That's it for the dope sheet.